Now to reaction to today's ruling by the Supreme Court regarding presidential immunity. In a 6-3 decision along conservative and liberal lines, the High Court ruled that former President Trump is immune from prosecution for official acts. This leaves it up to lower courts to decide which acts are official. President Trump called the ruling a big win. The Biden campaign said it hands Trump the keys to a dictatorship. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York says she plans to file articles of impeachment against the justices. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg is here in the studio with how this ruling could impact the cases against Trump. Lauren?
Well, Sade, it makes it unlikely that the election interference case will go to trial before the 2024 election, and it's not clear how much of that case would hold up under this new ruling. The decision essentially creates a buffer around the former president, shielding him from criminal prosecution for official acts. And in this case, a case in which he's accused of trying to subvert the 2020 election, he could argue that much of what he was doing was official business. The 6-3 decision along partisan lines ruled Donald Trump is immune to criminal prosecution for official acts while he was president. According to Chief Justice John Roberts, who wrote the majority opinion, immunity is needed in order to protect an energetic, independent executive. However, the court did rule that those protections are not absolute. Personal or non-official acts could be prosecuted, but what specifically counts as personal would be up to a lower court to decide. The dissent said the court effectively creates a law-free zone around the president.
The Supreme Court today became an accomplice to the acts of January 6th and further incentivized even worse actions for future presidents.
Hofstra constitutional law professor James Sample says this is a seismic moment in democracy in which the president is now presumed to be above the law.
The constitutional law is now what 6 members of the Supreme Court say it is, even when there's no precedent whatsoever to support that.
Meanwhile, former President Trump on social media saying, "Big win for our Constitution and democracy, proud to be an American." President Biden's campaign weighed in, saying in part, Trump is already running for president as a convicted felon for the very same reason he sat idly by while the mob violently attacked the Capitol. He thinks he's above the law and is willing to do anything to gain and hold on to power for himself. Now, Judge Tanya Chutkan will have to hold an evidentiary hearing to decide what parts of the case would fall under official or private acts. That will take time, delaying a trial possibly until after the election. And if Trump is reelected, he could get the case against him dismissed. Sade?
Okay.